Good afternoon. I'm at the Montserrat Contemporary Art Gallery in Chelsea. My name is NEELA Pushparaj, and this show is my landscape painting show. Over my left shoulder is a painting which is very fitting for the season. It's called Gently Falling Leaves, and one can see the fall colors in the tree as well as leaves dropping from the tree. I especially enjoy painting trees because they seem to come to life in spring, get completely full in the summer, and change colors in the fall, making it all interesting. And then when winter comes, you see the skeleton of the tree. The one above my right shoulder is from the Sedona area. It is from a sample photograph. Most of my paintings are from my imagination, but this one happens to be from a photograph of the red rocks in the Sedona area, and you see the tall saura cactus in front of it. The whole light is hitting the red rocks, and the dark upper right corner of the sky is a dramatic change in color, which makes the painting interesting. This next painting is Conifers by the Pond. And here you see the evergreen trees, a small group of buildings with red roofs, and the trees as well as the buildings are reflected into the water, which is very still. The next painting is called Winter Moon. You see the moon silhouetted between the bare branches of the tree, and you see a shower of snow coming down. It sort of catches you unaware and makes the scene very dramatic. The painting above my right shoulder is called Dune Grass. You can see the waves in the ocean and some silky clouds on the horizon. The grass is moving in the wind, and the whole scene has movement in it, which makes it a dramatic expression of what can be seen at the beach. This next one is a takeoff on the pine trees in La Jolla Cove. The intertwining trunks are rendered in a very colorful way, and way beyond the ocean can be seen. If you have been to La Jolla, you know that the sand kind of abruptly drops. That's why you don't see big waves. You see the breakers which are far away from you. It is a dramatic scene when you look at it, and you can almost hear the whispering pine leaves in the breeze. This next painting is called Mountain Creek. The water is coming down from a higher altitude, and the conifers set off the snow banks with the birds flying away from the scene. This next painting, I always considered it a gloomy painting. It's called Storm on the Way, and the gray clouds hanging above the hills set off the dark trees and the mist hanging over the water. The top painting above my right shoulder is called Winter Eve. You see a fallen tree on the snow and some water between the opposite bank of the pond. There are birds flying amongst the trees. You cannot miss the winter atmosphere of the painting. The one below is called Grey Rock Cove. You see grey rocks on the foreground, as well as water and some trees at the back. The sky is somber and sets off the grey rocks. Sunset by the lake shows a small island in the lake with trees on it, and the sky is so colorful as the sun goes down behind the trees. The one below is from a photograph that I took when I was in Tampa. I didn't realize that egrets hang around the little bay to catch fish, and I was able to take a photo of one with a fish in its mouth. Sunny Day by the Lake contains many of my favorite themes: water, some flowers in the foreground, some rocks, a beautiful evening sky with trees behind the rocks. Almost Winter shows water, trees with autumn foliage, as well as hills in the background. It's a calm, serene view of nature. "15" is Summer Pond. You can see the summer foliage and some wildflowers with water and a beautiful sky in pinks and purples. This one is one of my favorites: birch trees with their beautiful, colorful fall foliage. The one behind me is also another favorite, where there is a wind blowing the tree and there's water and rocks. Rocks and trees is a self-explanatory painting. There are trees, there are rocks, and there is a large amount of sky. It sort of catches the eye because of the colorful rocks. Summer Day shows a shimmering sky with birds, some water and evergreens. The grass is bending in the wind on the lower right. The bottom painting is called Bend in the River, and you can see that the river is going behind this promontory. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to show my landscape paintings. See you next time in June, when I will have a show on roses again as an encore.